Guys, if money grew on trees, the very first thing I would do in our home is rip out and replace all of our downstairs flooring, swapping it for one specific type of flooring that's far more practical, long-lasting, and not even that expensive. I'll reveal which flooring gets my vote every time later in this video, so keep watching. But for now, if you're feeling a bit unsure about which flooring to go for, laminate flooring versus LVT flooring, and you're wondering which is going to be better for your lifestyle, which is better for your property, and what's going to work for your budget, or even if you're just curious about what an interior designer would propose for your home, I'm going to make all of your flooring decisions super easy in today's video, including some flooring suppliers that you should take a look at. So let's get into it. Hi guys, if you're new here, I'm Fee, I'm an interior designer and I post videos every single week showing you how to renovate your dream home confidently and affordably. We talk about the mistakes to avoid, how to save money on your renovation, and all those nitty-gritty details that will make your interior design perfect. So click the like and subscribe button if you're doing some home improvements and you'd like to tune in to these weekly chats. Okay, LVT versus laminate. First, a very quick design anatomy lesson. What is laminate flooring? What is LVT flooring? What are they both made of and how do they differ? Well, both are hard surface floors and very popular choices in renovations for different reasons. Starting with laminate flooring, it's made with multiple layers fused together at high heat with the core component high density fiberboard. There's a protective layer at the top to prevent scratches and stains, a photographic layer beneath that which projects a real photo of wood or stone, and beneath that it contains that strong core made from high density fiberboard, which is a very cost-effective material, and that's what keeps laminates so affordable. The thicker the laminate, the stronger and more durable it's going to be. So rather than an 8mm profile, you'll want to be looking at around 12mm thick laminate as a minimum for any high traffic areas. Now initially you might be attracted by the way laminate makes use of cost-effective materials, and for that reason it's great if your project needs to be done on a budget. But there are some things to watch out for in terms of its practicality and durability, which can be a little bit stressful to live with, and I'll explain those in a moment. LVT flooring, on the other hand, stands for luxury vinyl tile, and its composition is made up of vinyl layers. So where laminate flooring was mainly fiberboard, LVT is mainly plastic, which makes it one of the most durable and completely waterproof options on the market. Its top coat is embossed, which gives a more realistic texture and look of real wood or stone, providing lots more colour and finish options on the market. And being made up of many layers of vinyl, it's unique in that it has a very low profile, so it's great if you're going for underfloor heating or if you need your flooring to remain as low as possible or sit beneath existing door thresholds. But when we're examining laminate versus LVT, which is best for your everyday life and which is easier to install and which is actually going to last longer? Well, there's a clear winner in my opinion, and I'll advise you on the flooring design, colour, plank width and texture to look out for. So we just discussed that laminate is the more affordable option because of its composition, but the LVT flooring is much more durable given its waterproof composition. But how do they both stack up for everyday use? Let's talk about those everyday tasks like mopping, cleaning up spills, and how prone they are to scratches in busy, high traffic areas. Because as someone who designs homes for busy households with families and pets, I specifically want materials that you can totally relax with and not feel worried about. For me, LVT is the clear winner for practical use and durability because it's waterproof and hard wearing. In fact, it's the flooring all major new build developments are laying now because of that waterproof credential, and it's perfect for everyday life. Laminate can handle the occasional splash and is hard wearing, but it's not great for, say, if a drink has been spilled and forgotten about overnight, because that standing liquid makes the fibres swell and delaminate over time. This means that you've got to be a little bit more vigilant when you're mopping laminate so you don't overly wet the mop, unless you select a water-resistant version. But even then, that won't be fully waterproof like LVT is. Laminate isn't normally recommended in wet areas either, like bathrooms, because over time, it's likely to suffer from that daily water damage. LVT, on the other hand, you don't need to think or worry about water. You can load up that mop, the dog can spill all the water he likes around his bowl, and you can lay it in a bathroom, and water ingress from daily life will not be an issue. What I really like about LVT too is that depending on the installation method, a glue down LVT floor will be fairly straightforward to patch repair. Say if you've had a major leak, a paint spillage, or you've accidentally dragged furniture across your floor and scuffed it, laminate and LVT are both scratch resistant, but they're not scratch proof, so make sure you're lifting bulky furniture. With your LVT, installers can actually cut around and patch repair certain planks, whereas laminate, being a click and lock system, will usually need a large area of the floor taken up for any repairs. How about how LVT and laminate feel underfoot? Both feel very warm if you're walking around in socks or bare feet, but they do have very different acoustic outputs when you're walking from A to B around your house. I always think that the sound of floors underfoot can come down to personal preference, so I called on our Renault Club community to, wait for it, record their footsteps so that you can hear the differences in sound and determine which is your preference. Okay, shh, this is laminate. It sounds hollow and certainly louder, whereas this is LVT. Shh. The acoustics as you're moving around a room and the acoustics between floors are a major component of how the overall design of your home is going to feel. That's why for me LVT wins. It's a quieter sound and feels better quality underfoot. The floors that we have in this house are laminate and they tend to reverb sound, so when my noisy little niece and nephew were coming to stay, I love them dearly, but the volume seems to be that bit louder and echoey, bouncing off the laminate. Also, if you're choosing between laminate and LVT for a flat, or you want a hard surface floor upstairs, I'd definitely be selecting LVT so as not to disturb people below you. But I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this one. Let me know which sounds you prefer in the comments. So what about installation and overall costs? Well, both are pretty DIY friendly and straightforward to cut, provided you or your installer has the right tools for the job. Laminate usually uses a click and lock system, so you can lay it over your subfloor with no glue or nails needed. It's faster to lay than LVT, so you'll notice a slightly lower price than LVT on installation. Both of these types of floors also require an expansion gap left along the outer edges, which is hidden by your skirting board to allow for temperature changes and movement over time. With LVT, you have a few more installation options. You can either click it together or glue it down for a permanent fix. And some people say that it's generally easier to cut than laminate. But being a thinner profile, it's a little bit more fiddly to position. And depending on your subfloors, there could also be a little bit more prep required if you're laying LVT. You've got to be so sure that your subfloor is level and pristine before laying an LVT floor. Check in with your chosen flooring supplier for advice on how to prepare your subfloor and any underlay required. I've got a major delivery tip here for you. Laminate needs to acclimatise in your home after your delivery for 24 to 48 hours to get used to the temperature of your home, whereas LVT is ready to lay as soon as it arrives. And also, if you're storing your flooring overnight or for a long period of time, lay it flat in its boxes as soon as it arrives. Don't stand or lean the boxes as it could cause your planks to bow. Now, if you're still undecided between laminate versus LVT, then I think this might sway your decision. If you're planning to have underfloor heating, both laminate and LVT options are compatible with underfloor heating, but LVT will conduct heat far more effectively than laminate. It distributes it evenly across the floor, and LVT is also more resistant to temperature changes and copes better with regular expanding and contracting. I'll do another video at some point about other hard surface flooring options like tile and engineered wood if you'd like to see that. Let me know in the comments. Cost-wise, for materials, laminate tends to be cheaper, making it an excellent budget option, whereas LVT does cost a little bit more for both supply and installation. However, with better durability and waterproof qualities, LVT will likely last you longer and end up saving you money in the long run if you're planning to lay in a high traffic or high moisture area. So laminate has a guarantee of about 10 to 15 years, whereas LVT is more around the 15 to 25 years. But it really does depend on many factors like the supplier you choose, whether it's been installed correctly, and how you've maintained your flooring. I told you at the start of this video that I wanted to rip out all of our laminate floors and replace them. After about 8 years, it's now got a few chips in some of the high traffic areas that are annoyingly taking on water whenever I mop. So let me tell you about the flooring and spire I would choose in a moment. So with a bit more knowledge on how both these floors perform, next comes the minefield of choosing the right design that's going to be timeless and bring warmth and homeliness to your home. With so many different styles on the market, you'll be wondering whether to go for stone effect or wood effect, which plank width to choose, which colour you should go for, which colour's going to not make a room feel really dark, which direction you should lay your floor in, and how can you prevent your home from becoming this clash of wood finishes and not look dated in 5 years' time. We've got some important design details to dig into here. And on top of those decisions, I also recommend looking at any flooring samples really carefully to make sure that it's not too high shine. A soft or matte sheen will diffuse light all around the room so much better. You'll also want to lay your flooring in the same direction as the main light source in a room, and or in the same eye line as the most frequently used entrance. If I was choosing this flooring for you, I'd be choosing a timeless wood effect floor. I think it's much harder to get a stone effect look that's really realistic. I usually prefer a really wide width plank, which makes narrow and small spaces actually feel quite a bit bigger. And I recommend that you look at warm vanilla wood tones and avoid anything too grey, which will make your home feel quite cold. The lighter colour you go, the lighter and more spacious your room's going to feel. And try to choose a colour that's not orange, so that it's going to suit all of your other wood finishes in your home and not date in 5 years' time. I've got some suppliers to tell you about that I recommend to clients, so keep watching for those. But before we dive back in, if you're renovating or making improvements to your home and you want that finish to feel really wow without a hefty fee of hiring an interior designer, then I've got something for you. My Done For You interior design pack is here to take the stress out of your home improvements. I've put together interior design plans for every single room in your home, including colours, materials, supplies, and flooring that I recommend for every room. It's like having an interior designer by your side, making decisions with you, but a fraction of the cost. And it's available immediately. So no more decision fatigue, just a home that looks and feels so cohesive and stunning and is super easy for you to achieve. So if you're ready to level up your renovation with Done For You interior design plans, check out the link below this video and get your hands on a pack today. Now let's talk about some suppliers that I recommend. If you're not in the UK, don't worry, I have some supplier suggestions for you too, and the links are all in the description of this video. Where should you buy your laminate or your LVT to make sure it's great quality with good design options and a decent guarantee? Well, for laminate, I recommend Quickstep. Their 12mm impressive ultra range looks authentic, it's water resistant, and it's competitively priced. For LVT, I'm a huge fan of both Antico and Candine. For me, I choose LVT over laminate every time now. I mentioned that Neil and I have been living with laminate floors over the last 8 years, and we fitted Quickstep laminates, which was a fantastic budget option when we needed it, and it's been very hard wearing. But with longer guarantees on LVT flooring, how practical it is to live with, and the acoustic benefits it offers, I'd be investing that bit more and choosing LVT for how bulletproof it is and its longevity. I'll leave links for the flooring brands down below, including similar ones if you're based outside the UK, so take a look there. I also have a video showing the 6 affordable flooring ideas that I recommend to clients, which features specific laminate and LVT products that I turn to again and again from all these brands. So definitely watch that. I've also left a link below to my room design packs for you to instantly get access to an interior designer's proposal for your home if you want your flooring chosen for you, along with all the colours, tiles, panelling, furniture, everything. If you'd like more interior design support, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a like, it really helps our channel out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye guys!